Hello, and welcome everyone to another StarCraft 2 England cast. Now, I have got a game today between EmpireHappy and Moose. Moose is the blue Zerg, that makes me smile. Moose is the blue Zerg in the top right position, and Happy is the red Terran in the bottom left. Now, this is actually, I'm going to be honest, take 2 of this cast. I just recorded it. I recorded it, it was beautiful. It was a lovely cast. Then I gave it a quick look over and realised I forgot to switch over to the game camera. Yeah, that was a noob mistake. I deserve to be shot for that. But yeah, anyway, this game, it's still awesome. So I'm going to do it again because it's that brilliant. Happy, he is, well, an amazing player. He's GM this season already. Moose is just the Masters player, I do believe. I think Happy was ranked 10 on the Grandmasters League when I checked. This is, well, I'm recording this on the 19th of April 2012. So that's probably going to change quite quickly because we are at the start of the season. Okay, so what else has been going on? Well, for my frequent subscribers, and if you're not a subscriber and a frequent viewer, hit that subscribe button. Gone. It's just at the top left there. If you're watching on YouTube, give it a little click. You'll like it. Just click it. Click it. Anyway, yeah, for those of you who are my usual subscribers, you may have noticed I didn't actually put a game up yesterday. And that's really unlike me. I try and get a game up a day. But essentially, life went crazy. And hang on, Happy, why are you hiding this barracks here? What crazy shenanigans are you going to do? That looks, with that gas and that barracks there, I think you're going to do a Reaper. Because that'd be awesome. Everyone likes Reapers. So go on, get a Reaper, Happy. And will Moose actually be able to scout it? Beside the point, if he does scout it, that would be huge, and he can prepare for those Reapers. And yep, there we go. So Moose scouting to win. And anyway, so now Moose knows that's coming down. He's got his spawning pool just dropped as well. Slightly earlier than 16 you'd expect with a hatch first build, but that's fine. So while we wait for these Reapers to come down, what was I saying? Yes, I didn't put a video up yesterday. Life got hectic. Usually I have a couple of casts just in reserve to upload over the week if things get hectic, but when I went to look, I didn't actually have any. So thus there was no game up yesterday, and that makes me sad face. So I do apologise for that. This game's awesome though, it's so awesome it makes up for it. And this SCV rather, getting a bunker down. Now, that bunker is going to be irritating as hell. How many drones is Moose going to pull? Wow. That is possibly an overreaction. Don't really need that many. The Reaper's on its way. A second Reaper coming out straight away, therefore Happy. And that bunker's going to go down. But 7 drones have been pulled. And essentially that is a lot of mining time being wasted. Will Happy get the cancel? Yes, he will. So there goes the cancel. But that is a lot of mining time you lose by bringing those drones down. And you have to. If that bunker gets up, that Reaper becomes a nightmare. And actually, this Reaper's forced a big response there from Moose. That is a lot of Zerglings. But again, these Zerglings can't actually deal with that Reaper at all, because the Reaper is simply faster and is going to be able to pick them off one at a time as it's doing. Amazing micro by Happy. Over, well, 210-ish APM, just microing this Reaper. Meanwhile, behind this, getting up a factory, so we're probably going to see a Hellion or 2. And I like that. That's a good little switch. Obviously, Hellions and Reapers is just going to be a nightmare for Moose to deal with. That Queen with a second Reaper there isn't going to be the saving grace Moose might want. And while it's off creep as well, that's going to be an utter nightmare. But Moose, he's dealing with this well. He's not overreacting anymore. He did get a lot of Zerglings, which did nothing. But obviously, he's calmed down now. He's just relaxing, and he's going to be able to respond appropriately. Which is, don't worry, be happy, because every little thing's going to be alright. There goes the injects, and Happy actually using those injects where the Queen can't attack. Starport coming down for Happy. No sign of an expansion, but the Starport on its way. And here comes a Hellion. So a Hellion with those Reapers is going to be hideous for Moose to deal with. Like, really hideous. I can't think of anything more irritating as a Zerg player myself than having Hellions and Reapers at my front door. I can think of very few things more annoying than that. And, I mean, these Reapers are just doing insane. Good move by Moose, switching this Queen in his main with one of the natural, just because the one and the natural is so low on HP. But likewise, Moose, if you want to switch the Queens, you need to make sure that that one doesn't get killed as well. Those Zerglings are just getting picked off one at a time. I mean, if you look at the loss tab, it's 225 resources lost already by Moose, 250 to 25 of Happy just from the cancelling the bunker. No units lost at all by Happy, compared to 9 from Moose, so that's what, 4.5 lavas worth, and that's actually quite considerable at this stage, because that's obviously quite a few drones which aren't around. That Queen getting caught out of position, those Reapers going to get a few good hits. The Zerglings are running in, but straight away some more are being picked off, and you've got to remember this in terms of lava as a resource. In the early game, every unit Moose has to make to deal with these Reapers is a unit that you can't get, and we've actually got Banshee on the way, missed that, and Cloak even coming out. The first Banshee is even there, I do believe, so I completely missed that coming out, just too busy analysing everything, and that Banshee is really irritating. It's getting focus fired down by the Queens though, but Cloak is nearly done. Will EmpireHappy be able to cloak that in time? Yes, no, maybe 5 HP, and it is going to get away. And those Hellions with that Banshee are going to be able to pick off that Queen, and we're now going to have some toasted drones for breakfast. And oh no, lining them up, but the Zerglings do get in. They are going to get great around on those Hellions and do get picked off, but that Banshee is still in play and is still going to be doing insane damage. Already 9 drones killed, 2 spores are coming down, 1 up in the main as well. The Queen's being rebuilt. Obviously that's a drop of production as well, which is huge. You've got to look at everything in terms of production. These Zerglings are running to try and counterattack, but instead just taking the watchtower, and I mean, it looks like Happy's going to try and focus down one of those spores, but won't be able to, and will be forced to pull back to avoid losing that Banshee. The second Banshee is there though, and these Zerglings can't get up, but they do scout that the expansion isn't down. Obviously it is in the main base, it's morphing into an orbital command as we speak. A third Banshee even on the way there for Happy. And now we will see that Queen is going to start taking some hits. The Spore is up to move forward, but not before more drones are taken out. Very good move by Happy there, focusing down the drones in the gas, because obviously while Moose forgets to transfer, that's fine, and 1 Banshee goes down. So that was quite an overcommitment almost, but 19 workers killed. That is insane. It puts it at equal, well, temporarily equal drone count, but obviously Happy as a Terran player, he has, well, mules, and mules are awesome. They make up for quite a few drones, and if you do look, obviously it's only, well, now 10 SCVs workers different, but they're on equal bases again, and that is not a good position for Moose. Moose has got 1-1 on the way, +1 carapace already finished, +1 melee about to finish up now. Siege mode is on the way as a follow-up here for Happy. He's also got that Spire coming out. Moose has got the Spire out. Happy, he's getting out quite a few more Marines, he's repairing up that Banshee, which is obviously essential. The Marines, well, no upgrades there, medevac on the way out, siege mode is done, a second tank about to pop out, stim is done as well, so Happy could really get a good push here. A very effective push if he did so choose. A Baning Nest on the way out for Moose, and it looks like choose a push Happy will. And this sort of 2 tank push is really strong, but it was scouted by the Zergling at the watchtower, which was a great little move there. And just more units being picked off there by Happy. That Overseer coming out just to deal with the Cloak Banshees at range. The Spire will obviously mean Muters, which can deal with Banshees insanely well, because Banshees can only shoot down, and Mutalisks are obviously not ground units. Now these rocks are going to get taken out, and how is Moose going to deal with this? Well, he's morphing in quite a few Banelings up there. These rocks are pretty much going to fall almost instantly. These 2 Banshees, those tanks and the Marines are... This is really quite difficult. It all depends on the angle he gets, and what is Moose going to be doing? Well, these tanks are moving forward, they're not sieged up. Here comes the Zerglings. Zerglings are managing to get behind. That is exactly what Moose needs to do, because now traps all the Marines. A great pickup though by Happy. Wow, that was awesome. That was insanely good. The Overseer is coming in to try and deal with those Banshees, but obviously there's no Queens to shoot at them. And are these Banelings going to be able to be picked off by the Banshees? Yes, they will. So that was a big win on its own there by Happy. And if we take a look at the loss tab, that says it all. Nearly double resources lost there for Moose compared to Happy. 1-1 infantry upgrades on the way out for Happy there. 2-2 is half done though for Moose. He's also getting out that Baning speed and the +1 air attack, but still equal bases. And if we look at the worker count, well, it's 49 to 43 in favour of Happy. Now that is insane. That means the income for Happy is going to be so much better. His production can be so much more insane, and ultimately that's putting him in a great spot moving forward in this game. And he's actually getting up his 3rd base as well now. That's nearly finished, and 3rd base for Moose only just started, so really they're going to be on equal bases for a long time. And essentially equal bases is never something you want to be as a Zerg player, but it looks like a little bit of pressure going to be put on by these mutas. Will be spotted by the Marine at the watchtower, and meanwhile that Overseer is just coming along just to pick off any cloak banshees, and it looks like Happy's going to move forward. And the trouble is he's moving forward, but he's covered by missile towers, so he's fine. I was going to say he's leaving himself exposed to muta harass, but Happy, instead he's just coming down here, picking off a Zergling, stopping that expansion going down. That is so irritating for our Terran buddies there if a Zergling is blocking the expansion landing. The only thing worse is a burrowed Baneling, because, or a burrowed Zergling rather, because a burrowed unit just means you need to use a scan, but the scan will go off to see that third base still isn't down. Happy's probably going to be jumping with glee with that, because it puts him in a great spot. 2-2 finished up for Moose, 1-1 about to finish up there for Happy. What else have we got going down? Well, not much in terms of upgrades here for Moose apart from that +1 flyer attack, which obviously will make those mutas a lot more effective, but the missile tower placement here is actually pretty damn good. I don't think his mutas are going to be too much of a problem. 1-1 just finishing up there for Happy, the +1 vehicle attack on its way. These mutas are moving in to come and do some damage, but obviously the missile turrets are going to get focused down. The +1 attack finished, and how many SCVs were able to be picked off? Very, very few, because there are the Marines, and this is going to be a nice little pick-off if Happy can get there in time. He won't be able to though, even with the stim forward. He may just get that Overseer, and that's a good win on its own. It's just irritating, but again, Moose, he's staying in this, and he's actually getting a hidden 4th base down here. Can't believe I nearly missed that. 2-2 on the way there for Happy, and well, Happy's just moving in for another attack. Gets the siege up, not making the same mistake he did with the first push of sieging too late. Just wants to play carefully, leapfrogging the tanks even, and that's a good move to be fair, because he doesn't want to get caught out by those Zerglings. But having said that, here comes a flank of Zerglings prepared, and Moose is in a great spot. But is that third base going to go down? We will wait and see. Here comes those Zerglings, and the tanks do get some shots off, but the Marines aren't there quite in time. And look at that splitting by Happy, that is damn good. And I mean, the Banelings are still getting some big hits anyway, and it will get cleaned up, but Moose took quite a lot of losses from there, particularly with the loss tab. Still, Moose has lost quite a considerable amount more, nearly 2,000 minerals, 2,000 resources rather. And if these Banshees can pick, where is the Overseer? Any on field? No. That base is down, and that is not good for Moose at all, because he's got this hidden base, yes, but it's not saturated at all, compared to 3 very nicely saturated bases for Happy. It looks like a drop's going to be trying to come down here as well. Where is he off to with this? Meanwhile, we will see a massive drone transfer go down to that hidden 3rd base for Moose, and if they were spotted, that would be kind of GG right there, in my opinion. Still though, Happy picking off that 3rd base of Moose is going to be super effective, like crazy effective in terms of income. It just means he's on equal bases with Happy, and this drop is frankly concerning me, because how much can it do? Well, in terms of army, there's a lot of mutas out. What else is there for Moose? Well, he's got 34 Zerglings, but they're busy trying to deal with this Marine, which has scouted everything. Great. Really, really good scouting there by Happy, just as I would expect from him. And here comes the Marines charging forward, the medevac on its way as well. That Queen is down, and will that hatch be able to get focused down? No, it won't. Here comes the Zerglings, the reinforcements, picking up absolutely all of those Marines. And that was cleaned up very, very nicely there by Moose. And if you'd lost that base again, that would be a major problem. Another drop going to go down here, but dropping into a flock of mutas isn't the greatest move in the world, and that will mean that this base is safe, it is saturated. And what's Happy going to do? Well, he could just march down there with all his army, but the downside to that is if there was any form of counterattack in the natural base, even with the army here for Happy at this 4th base, if this natural had a Zergling 1 by or anything, he's going to have a tough time defending it. So that is not good at all. Macro hatch is down. Hive just on its way, morphing in. Pathogen glands coming down as well. In terms of production, therefore Happy, well, he's got +2 vehicle attack on the way. He's got a Thor on the way out just to deal with those mutas. Can't blame him for that. And Happy's just moving forward on this 4th base now. Well, 3rd, 4th base of Moose. And it looks like he's going to be able to pick off. Bit of miscontrol with the mutas there. And here we go. Happy just rolling forward. That base is gone. There's another way of saying that base is going down. The Queen's going to go down as well, and that is a big, big loss there for Moose. He's now a base down, flat out a base down. Meanwhile, we did see look like a drop was going down, but actually just putting back. And here come, wow, This is a big flood of Zerglings coming straight in. The wall isn't up. Put the wall up, Happy. Happy, wall up. No, nope, he's not going to be able to. So all those Zerglings are coming straight in. They won't get into the main base because there's a wall off there. But, I mean, still, that Thor, that's gone. That's a big loss there for Happy straight away. And those SCVs are just getting torn through by these Zerglings. 3-3 upgrades for the Marines on the way for Happy. Meanwhile, we've got a drop coming down at this 4th base here for Moose, and that's going to force a cancel. Meanwhile, these Zerglings doing tremendous damage. How many SCVs? 16 SCVs killed there for Moose. That 4th base didn't get cancelled, got killed flat out. So, bit of a misclick there, but this is going to get cleaned up. All the Zerglings are on the way back. The Muters are not in position. They're going to get picked off. 1 down, 2 down. Will he get the 3rd? Not quite. Does pick up 1 Marine, though, which will hopefully make its feeble escape. And this is a big push here coming out by Happy. Like a really, really big, scary push. But if he keeps moving, it's not going to hit when 3-3 does. So I'm surprised he's not waiting just a little while for 3-3. The creep spread by Moose is leaving somewhat to be desired, but he's been under so much pressure, I can't blame him about not having good creep spread. It's a nightmare. The greatest spy just on its way down now, so we're going to see some Broodlords. But what's Moose going to do? Well, he's going to get an awesome fungal growth. All those Marines are going down, and that is incredible fungal growth there. 60 Zerglings coming in as well. If at first you don't succeed, Zergling away. But that base is going down now, put him in a really tough spot. If that does fall, some infested Terrans being thrown down. And Moose GG's. That... Ooh. Okay. So, Happy won that game. I think Moose GG... He was losing, but... He cleaned out all the Marines incredibly well. He had those 60 Zerglings on the way. He had the Greatest Spire on the way. And yes, he was about to lose this base, but frankly, I think he could have... It's tough to say. Moose is probably going to lose anyway, but I think he could have held off this push at least and lasted a bit longer. Maybe the Broodlords would have made a difference. Who knows? We can't play the what-if game. Anyway, I hope you did enjoy that cast. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please follow me on Twitter. Please subscribe to my YouTube. And even if you don't do any of those things, well, just tune in again, because you know you want to. Thank you very much for watching. See you again soon. Bye for now.